from you. I got involved in some training work very early on with a guy in Queensland, and they taught me a lot about the charting and what have you. But they also talked me into a lot of options. But I have a sixth sense, I suppose, of what the market's doing and where it's going. So it's sort of when the money came back into my pocket, I sort of started to do a bit more trading. And I went with Rivkin for a while, thinking that'd be the shot, but he doesn't explain anything. So I really wasn't getting feedback on what the market was really, what was happening, why they made decisions. And that's why I love the trading that you do, or the teaching that you do. So that's the background I've got. Love is the charting work and knowing what companies do. I used to be an engineer, construction engineer, and so I had a lot to do with companies and what they did. I've learned through the course structure that you've done, and I rely more on my decision making. So I've made a decision, stick with it. Whether it goes up or down, stick with it until there's a real signal that says get out. And that's the beauty about what you've taught me, is that patience is more important than just working on what's happening today with what you hear on the marketplace. So from that point of view, I like it. From the point of view of your wins and losses, I find I'm only just in front of where you at the moment. In the time frame that I've been working, there's not much difference. So the fact that as I get older and less able to make decisions, I know I've got a system, your system, to rely on that will make money. That's the beauty about the future and what you talk about in your 5 fundamental truths. You don't know what's going to happen in the next hour, the next day. And so I'm very careful and I want to make that keep growing. And the fact it's been growing at 25% a year, it's been really helpful for me just to live life. It comes to where I am with you. The training that you gave me, you and Dave, it's been really good. And the 2 books, Atomic Habits and even your book, I read that cover to cover twice. I got so much pleasure out of learning through those courses, and still am, because I'm still redoing the course now. I keep fairly stringent records, and I have been for the last 5 years or so. Before, so that's 4 sort of Sherwell systems and after. And the initial trading before, I was trading reasonably well. Like I said, I was making around a 20% return, but the volatility in that return was quite high. So making a lot of trades, a lot of losses, a lot of wins, and finding the ups and downs was very emotional. When I started working with you and Sherwell Systems, I started to trade as per your recommendations. So I'm happier now, because in the last 6 months, I've had about an 80% success rate, wins to losses, compared to about 80% losses the previous 6 months. I'm much more confident about my ability in the marketplace to ultimately make a gain. Okay, so sometimes you don't. I think IGO is a classic example where it was a buy signal in your stock trading, and so I bought it. It went down below the sell price, and I said, no, it's gonna, and it kept going down. So yeah, I'm very happy with what I've done. I have to view it with Sherwell's being around, because that's where my current thinking is. And I have advised 3 people to look at Sherwell and given some of your information to them. I love share trading. That's why I do it. If you want to love share trading, then this is a company that will give you a lot of advice, and that's the way I'd leave it. Definitely mindset. I say to people, if you're going to trade stocks at all, so stick with your top 50 stocks in the marketplace. Pick the ones that you feel comfortable with, that have a consistent return, and follow a mindset training process. There's no way. I hardly read now in the paper, even though I've got a financial review every day. I read about the first 2 paragraphs, and so I don't need that, because I know where I'm at. I think the biggest thing is not knowing what happens tomorrow, hanging on to a belief that will lead you to a big loss. I have to use the chart, so I never stop using charts. I like looking at the chart. I like reading the charts, and I still work on the charts to make a lot of my buys. So going to keep doing what basically what I'm doing, but relying more on the Sharewell advice as I go. Next 4 to 5 years, I will still be doing what I'm doing. I'll still be learning off you guys, because being in retirement, there's not much else for me to do but learn. I could go to uni or to school and learn another subject, but does me no good. But understanding what you do it involves me. It keeps me going. Yeah. I'm happy doing what I do, and I'm happy being with you. It's the most positive I felt, because you don't give me advice. You just give me sort of learning, sort of about myself, and that's what I love. So thank you very much, and I really do appreciate what you have done for me.